Hello. Good morning, everyone. This is Devoted Heart Lauren. I'm going live for the Monday Awareness Upgrade. Ooh, thanks for tuning in. My theme for this week is aligning with your highest vibration. Aligning with your highest vibration. So, how do we align with our highest vibration? We need to let go of some things. So this week in my Live Your Yoga 13-week transformation, the theme is Aparigraha, which is about non-attachment, non-grasping, or letting go, perhaps you could say. I like to align this theme with the full moon. We have a full moon at the end of the week. So with the moon cycle, there's a building and then there's a releasing. So the first half of the moon cycle is building the energy. More and more light is reflected off of the sun. And then the second half of the moon cycle, less and less. It's declining. Okay, so there's a drop in the way. It's that turning point in the middle is where we can initiate processes of letting go, releasing things, and just kind of like releasing attachment to the details. So whatever it is that we intended to do for the first half of the moon cycle, noticing what specifics around that aren't actually working. So what's more realistic? Realigning. So this is kind of a little tangent about the moon. Anyway, aligning with our highest vibration by letting go of things. And so not only letting go of things like objects or a relationship or a job or whatever, because those are still all kind of circumstantial things that are present in your life, but actually letting go of a previous version of who you were or who you believed yourself to be. So something that we do to kind of limit ourselves and keep ourselves small is hold ourselves to who we were yesterday, metaphorically speaking, right? So yesterday as in the past, at any point in a moment previous to this one. So letting go of the version of myself that I believed myself to be previously. And that can be challenging because the relationships that we're in, we tend to uphold each other's self-image, okay? So we are reflecting off of one another constantly. So especially in relationships that have persisted for a really long time, like familial relationships, people that have known you for your entire life, when you might not have had so much knowledge or been connected to your wisdom or been this more evolved version of yourself, it's really easy to perpetuate each other's smaller identities in a way. So for example, I used to really have an issue being on time, and I'm not perfect, and I don't think I need to be, or that anyone needs to be, but I used to really have an issue with time. I was late to everything. I was always late to school, whatever. And now I have really addressed that and worked a lot with my perception of myself, my perception of time and whatever. But there's situations that come up especially with my family, where they expect or assume that I'm going to be late or unprepared for something because of who I used to be, of how I used to be. So that can be something that's really difficult to work through and break. But can we notice when that's happening so that at least we can hold ourselves to a new version of our identity and a new standard in a way. So just because I was this in the past, and this is why I think I've spoke about this before, is speaking about something as something historical or something that has been the case previously, but I'm giving myself the opportunity to be new, to start again, to create a new version of my identity. So in the past, I have struggled with being on time or being prepared. And now I'm a new version of myself. I'm realigning with my values. Here's a kitty friend coming to join us. Hi. So aligning with my highest vibration involves letting go of previous versions of myself that might not be aligned with that vibration. So I am capable of being more, perhaps, than I previously thought that I could. Okay, so we are giving ourselves the opportunity to outgrow our own expectations. Okay, which is really amazing, which is really transformative. If you've ever had that experience of yourself where you're like, wow, I'm currently doing something, where I'm currently embodying a way of being that I did not think was possible for me. And for me, I can even say that about doing this, being a yoga teacher, getting up in front of people, talking in front of people, sharing wisdom, sharing my voice, being a leader. That's something that in my youth, I might not have thought was even in the cards for me. So there's moments where I get to reconnect to that and get to be sort of impressed by my own transformation and growth and the capacity that I have continued to increase. Okay, so what is your highest vibration? What is really possible for you if you look at things that were previously inconceivable? If you look at what is the ceiling that you might have placed on yourself and your own growth, and then just like break through that in all ways. You know, ways of being, what you're capable of in your career, how much money you want to make, how much love you deserve to receive. That's one that I've been working with recently. Is I've done a lot of work on self-love and just my relationship to love in general. And I kind of thought I was done. I kind of thought, oh, I've done the self-love work. I've noticed my own lack of sense of deserving. Okay. And I've transformed that. I've broken through that. But new things will arise, and there'll be new opportunities to see, oh, okay, here's a way where I still am thinking that I don't deserve love fully. So expanding my capacity to think about myself as deserving, as lovable, as worthy of expanding to the next level, even though I've already expanded into all these levels. Okay, so there's always more. There's always more, which is kind of good news and bad news, right? It's good news because you can do more than you thought. Okay, and bad news because you get to keep working on it. So, I keep feeling like there's chocolate on my face. I just had a chocolate snack before this so that I'd be awake for you. Okay, so my invitation for you, and we're going to do a little guided meditation, is practice letting go of the old version of yourself. Imagine the next level, and then create it. So what's something that you can do, even a really small thing, to point yourself in the direction of that next level and create that next level? So I've been practicing in my own practice recently, whatever I think of, whatever idea comes to me, write it down, first of all, immediately, because a lot of these ideas will just leave you and you'll forget them, or maybe they'll come back later, the ones that you're really meant to enact, but a lot of them are floating through, and if you don't like ground them into the earth element, then they just keep floating by. Okay, so writing it down immediately and maybe enacting it immediately. Yesterday I had a day off, and I've been practicing when I have time, just feeling into my body intuitively, like, what am I guided to do today? What does my creative energy want to express and enact? And if it's like, oh, I feel like painting, or I feel like writing about this, or I feel like making a tea, I just do it. I'm like, okay, this is what the divine is leading me to actually do. And that feels very aligned with expanding into my next level. Okay, letting go of all the, oh, I'll do this when I have this, or when there's this much time, or whatever, all this kind of stuff, all these sorts of excuses and delaying our expansion. So let's drop in. I'm very grateful to have a nice purring kitty on my lap now for our little meditation. So, dropping in to the breath. And if there's any notion of lack or scarcity, any negative feelings that you are carrying about yourself that you're aware of, just notice that. Just notice. And can you acknowledge and send those parts of you pure love and compassion? You notice and send those parts of you pure love and compassion. And especially for your mind, for your actual thinking mind, your brain. Can you send your brain loving compassion? Because it's just doing its job. It's just doing what it's built for. It's just trying to figure stuff out. It's just projecting the future based on the past. That's what it does. It's okay. And then start to feel into your greatest potential or capacity that you have for love and creativity and peace to move through you. And as you do this, breathe into your body in a way that's actually making your body bigger, more expansive. Ooh, excuse me. Excuse me. Breathing into your body in a way that's actually making it bigger and more expansive. So letting your ribs flare out in all directions. Just imagining what could be possible for you if you let go of notions of who you are or who you've been. Things that people have told you about the way you are. Habits and patterns that you have enacted based on a notion of who you are. So I'm a late person and therefore I'm late. I'm a lazy person and therefore I'm lazy. Anything like that you're aware of, just notice that and see if you can let it exist in a previous chapter or previous chapters of your life. What if those chapters are over? What if you are capable of expanding beyond what you even thought was possible? What if you are capable of expanding beyond what you even thought was possible? So what are the qualities that you're aligning with in this highest vibration of who you are? What do you prioritize? What do you value? What do you want to embody? If there's any affirmation that comes up, you can say it or write it, breathe into it, listen to it move through your mind. I am loving, I am creative, I am powerful, I am peace, aligning with your highest vibration. And then based on feeling into your highest vibration, what's something you could do today? What's something you could do today? Just a little thing that you could do to demonstrate for all of your cells that you are aligning with your highest vibration, and this is the beginning of a new chapter. What could you create? What could you embody? How could you be with other people in your life or other people just on the street in public? What's a little thing that you could do to embody your highest vibration so that all of your cells are getting the message? I'm letting go of previous chapters of who I was and opening up to expand into my next level. I am aligning with the highest vibration of me. Let's take a deep breath. Maybe place your hands somewhere on your body if that feels right. Deep breath. And then letting the eyes open. Feels like everything has shifted a little bit. As things do. All right, thanks for joining me. So one thing that I've been doing recently, which in service of aligning with my highest vibration, is the qualities that I am aligning with for my next level, my next version. I'm writing down a little list in the morning of how I can embody them. How can I, so 2 things that I've been aligning with: being bold and loving. So those can be like separate or together. I am bold, I am loving. So I've been writing down a list. How can I be bold and loving today? So whatever your qualities are, whatever you're aligning with, maybe try it. Write down one thing. Write down a few things of how you can embody those qualities to align with your highest vibration. One of the things that I wrote down was making eye contact when I see someone or when I meet someone. That's one of mine. Also giving hugs was one of mine. So if you'd like to share, please do. I love to hear your shares and reflections. I am launching a 6-week Intro to the Yoga Sutras, Intro to Yoga Philosophy course. We begin on October 25th. I'll be sharing all the details. 6 weeks on Zoom, October 25th. We skip the week of Thanksgiving and wrap up December 6th. It's going to be Tuesday evenings. And it'll be great. An intro to yogic lifestyle practices, an intro to yoga philosophy and the path of yoga. So if you're interested, make sure to let me know that you're interested so I can reach out to you and give you all the info. And have a lovely week. And yes, we're aligning with the next level. Have fun. Ooh.